things. Number one, what's Trump in trouble over when it comes to Epstein? He's in trouble because he is making it look like, to the MAGA base, he's part of the elite cabal that covers for other members of the elite cabal. And they don't like that. They elected Trump because he promised not to be one of them, but to like bust up them, those groups.
It all began behind closed doors, in a meeting so secretive, it could have been pulled straight from a political thriller. Sources close to the scene reveal that 50 Cent had a private sit-down with none other than Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago late last month. No cameras, no public statement, just two titans of power in a secluded room, allegedly with one mission in mind: ensuring that Sean Diddy Combs remains behind bars. And from what's unfolding, it seems their plan might just be succeeding. Diddy, the once invincible mogul behind Bad Boy Records, now finds himself locked up in a cold cell at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, denied bond for the umpteenth time. Meanwhile, 50 Cent, with a smirk on his face, shares memes and flaunts luxury yacht selfies, seemingly reveling in what feels like the final blow of a rivalry that spanned decades.
Don't trust nobody. In Hollywood, specifically, when you get there, a lot of people don't know how to say no. That's the difference between New York City and California.
Sources say this wasn't just a casual meeting. The vibe was cold, deliberate. 50 Cent came fully prepared, reportedly handing Trump a blacklist detailing every insult, every jab, every biting remark Diddy had ever thrown his way. This wasn't simply about airing old grievances. It was a calculated move, and it hit hard. Trump, a man known for his thin skin when it comes to criticism and for turning personal vendettas into a political symphony, is said to have reacted strongly. One source described the mood shift in the room as instant and undeniable. Let's face it, this is the same man who, in front of a Newsmax camera, said, "It's harder to pardon Diddy because of those old comments." Comments like, "White men like Trump should be banished," and the top priority is to get Trump out of office. Whether or not Trump ever had any real intention of helping Diddy, 50 Cent may have made sure that door would never open. For Diddy, the timing couldn't have been worse. Just weeks before, rumors swirled that he had a real shot, that Trump was considering a pardon. The momentum was building. Some of Diddy's closest allies were quietly lobbying the White House. Publicly, Trump offered neutral responses, saying things like, "I'd certainly consider the facts, and whether they like me or not, I'd be willing to help if I thought someone was mistreated." For a moment, it seemed like the mogul might make a comeback, walking away from the mess he'd been caught in, but that chance slammed shut. While Diddy's team was quietly building a case, 50 Cent waged psychological warfare against not just Trump, but the entire media landscape. Every meme, every joke, every perfectly timed troll post. He wasn't simply celebrating Diddy's downfall, he was framing it as justice while positioning himself with the man holding the pardon pen.
I was very friendly with him. I got along with him great. And seemed like a nice guy. I didn't know him well. But when I ran for office, he was very hostile.
He said some not so nice things about you, sir.
And
yes.
It's hard, you know, like you, we're human beings.
Right.
And we don't like to have things cloud our judgment, right? But when you knew someone and you were fine, and then you run for office and he made some terrible statements.
And here's where things get even more wild. According to three sources, one a former associate of Diddy, another a political strategist who's worked on Trump's campaigns, and the last, an ex-music executive with connections to both camps, Diddy's team made a desperate last-ditch offer that raised eyebrows and sparked alarms. The claim? They supposedly offered Trump access to confidential files that could potentially link him to Jeffrey Epstein. That's right, a Hail Mary from behind bars. The suggestion being, "Help me, and I'll help you bury some names." We don't know if those files are real, and we don't know if Trump ever saw them. But what we do know is that shortly after this offer was allegedly made, Trump's tone shifted drastically from a possible maybe to a hard no. And he made this clear, live on air. Diddy was very hostile when I ran for office, Trump told Newsmax, adding that Diddy had made some terrible statements. Then came the chilling part. We're human beings. We don't like to have things cloud our judgment, right? Translation, you disrespected me. Now deal with your cell. There's another dark twist to this story. That same former associate claims 50 Cent's blacklist didn't just include Diddy's insults toward Trump. It reportedly had dates, sources, and even screenshots of past interviews and social media rants. If this is true, it's a level of preparation that looks more like political opposition research. So, was this always the plan? Did 50 Cent, the rapper turned mogul turned producer, quietly plot to take down his old rival not with a diss track, but through high-level manipulation? He's already turned Diddy's trial into a Netflix docuseries and built a brand around mocking the mogul's downfall. Now, if the rumors are true, it looks like he might have engineered the final blow by pulling strings behind the scenes, swaying the president's hand.
They once worked together a long time ago. They're not friends now. They don't like each other. And yeah, 50 has taken every shot, especially when Diddy has been down.
Diddy isn't just sitting idly by in this battle. Multiple reports indicate that his team is preparing another appeal for bond, even suggesting the possibility of a retrial due to alleged judicial bias. But none of it is getting through. The judge dismissed a $50 million bond request, like it was pocket change. The prosecution remains firm, and even Diddy's own legal team has gone radio silent when asked about talks of clemency. It's as if he's surrounded by silence politically, legally, and personally. Once the undisputed king of New York, now ignored by his former allies, and abandoned by the one person who could set him free with a single signature. Meanwhile, 50 Cent's social media is a constant reminder of Diddy's fall from grace. One day, he's posting AI-generated images of himself dodging a tiny Diddy with a gun. The next, he's taunting Diddy's past quotes while sitting courtside at a Knicks game. There's no subtlety here. Donald doesn't take well to disrespect, 50 Cent posted recently, and doesn't forget who chooses to go against him. That wasn't just a statement. That was a victory lap. What's truly shocking is how much this feud has escalated. What started as light jabs over record deals and branding has evolved into a full-on political chess game with real-world consequences. The two men who once shared remixes and the spotlight at awards shows are now playing with presidents, prosecutors, and possible plea deals. And we're witnessing in real time as one of them loses it all.
Diddy can't stand you, Mr. President. He was once nice to you, he's turned on you, and he doesn't deserve a favor from you, who he worked actively to stop.
As Diddy's lawyers plead for leniency ahead of his October 3 sentencing, facing up to 10 years behind bars, with prosecutors pushing for the maximum, it's clear that the court of public opinion has already rendered its verdict. The days of free Diddy are a thing of the past. His name now trends not with support, but with scandal. His former allies remain unnervingly silent, and the once untouchable king of hip-hop is now the subject of hushed rumors, stories of what may have been offered, who may have been threatened, and what secrets are still lurking in the shadows. But amidst it all, the one story everyone can't stop speculating about, the moment that could change everything, is that quiet, mysterious meeting between 50 Cent and Donald Trump. No cameras, no press, no leaks, except for the few that now suggest a bombshell move that might have been the final blow to Diddy's last shot. Some say their conversation lasted under 20 minutes. Others argue it went on for an hour. But what was said behind those closed doors? Was it just about Diddy, or was there something more? A calculated power play, disguised as loyalty and laced with vengeance.
Documentary, I think a lot of people thought that he was just joking around. It turns out he's not. So this is actually a real project that's being made under his G-Unit movie.
What we do know is that since that secret meeting, Trump's stance has been unequivocally clear. Diddy's past words were unforgivable. A pardon would be nearly impossible. And 50 Cent, he's been nothing short of loyal, strategic, and exactly the type of ally this administration rewards, while being the kind of enemy you never want to make. As Diddy rots behind bars, betrayed by old friends and ignored by those he once trusted, 50 Cent celebrates what could be his greatest victory yet. But what really went down in that enigmatic meeting with Trump? And how far is 50 Cent willing to go to ensure Diddy never sees freedom again? The secrets that are about to unfold will leave you speechless. Beneath the gloating memes and posts, however, a much darker narrative is slowly taking shape, one that could rewrite everything. Because if even a fraction of the rumors surrounding Diddy's legal collapse are true, then 50 Cent didn't just bask in his rival's downfall, he meticulously engineered it. 3 independent sources, each with deep ties to the music industry's legal network, suggest that 50 Cent may have done far more than just present Trump with an ego-driven blacklist. They claim he fed crucial information directly, or through intermediaries, to federal authorities details like dates, names, locations, and even surveillance footage. One former producer who worked with both men stated bluntly, 50's been holding receipts for years. The feds didn't just stumble upon Diddy, they were handed a roadmap. This isn't the first time 50 Cent has been accused of orchestrating long-term plans with surgical precision. In 2024, he allegedly began funneling resources into a Netflix docuseries that chronicled Diddy's controversies in full, from the scandalous parties to the lawsuits, settlements, and whispered deals. Marketed as a piece of journalism, many of its segments were based on sealed depositions, anonymous interviews, and highly specific timelines that had never been made public. Insiders involved in the production claimed that certain segments were edited in ways that seemed designed to influence public opinion, just as Diddy's trial kicked off. At first, viewers assumed it was pure entertainment, but industry insiders now wonder if it was actually a smokescreen for something far more calculated.
Surprised by the evidence that's already coming out in the criminal trial?
No, I'm not surprised. I experienced some of those things. Witness violence.
If 50 Cent truly used his platform to poison the jury pool, fuel public outrage, and sway pardon decisions, then we're not witnessing a mere feud anymore. What we're looking at is a media-driven takedown, orchestrated by a rival who's carried a grudge for years, never forgiving, never forgetting. This isn't just a rivalry, it's vengeance disguised as justice. And it begs the question, where's the line between exposing a predator and becoming one in the process? The parallels to political power games are chilling. After all, Diddy isn't the only one finding himself sidelined by a man with a long memory and a deep personal vendetta. Donald Trump has long blurred the lines between law and loyalty, treating the presidential pardon less like a tool for justice and more like a personal scorecard. He's granted clemency to allies like Roger Stone, Joe Arpaio, Lil Wayne, and even reality stars Todd and Julie Chrisley. But what about Diddy? Despite having a less severe conviction and no prior offenses on record, the mogul received nothing but silence from the president, and then a cold, clipped dismissal.
No, it's more difficult. It makes it more, I'm being honest, it makes it more difficult to do.
But more likely a no for Combs.
Trump's interview on Newsmax didn't just reveal his stance, it said the quiet part out loud. He acknowledged Diddy's terrible statements, admitting that the mogul's past comments during the 2020 election cycle made any potential pardon more difficult. It wasn't about the facts or the charges. It was about the fact that Diddy had dared to criticize a man who views opposition as nothing less than betrayal. It didn't matter that they had once posed together at galas, clinked glasses in New York clubs, or publicly praised each other in the early 2000s. In Trump's eyes, past loyalty is meaningless once you speak out, and friendship can't shield you from political disloyalty.
Importantly, he is a serial woman abuser, the likes of which we haven't seen in modern America, at least not on the public stage in this way. He is a repeated serial abuser. He beat those women to a pulp and didn't even deny it. He didn't deny it. They admitted expressly domestic abuse over and over and over again, something the judge used against them when they pled for bail.
And yet, the irony here is even more twisted. Diddy may have tried to outmaneuver Trump at his own game, dangling the threat of alleged Epstein files in an attempt to force a deal using the darkest kind of leverage. But if that offer truly existed, it seems to have backfired in the most dramatic way possible. Instead of instilling fear, it triggered a fierce retaliation. Trump's team, reportedly, severed all back-channel communications after that moment. Some close to the administration even believe that Diddy's attempt to play dirty sealed his fate not just in the courtroom, but in the Oval Office as well. What was meant to be a power move may have turned out to be his most catastrophic mistake.
Pardoning Diddy will create another Epstein for him. It would be a nightmare. And last and certainly not least, the GOP is already struggling with female voters, and they're not all lefties. There are young conservative women who aren't in love with Trump or MAGA. There are. And this will not help. It's very clear. We all saw the videotape of him beating the hell.
The fallout from that denial has sent shockwaves through both the entertainment and political worlds. Hip-hop giants are suddenly watching what they say. Former Diddy collaborators have gone completely quiet. Even celebrities who once applauded Trump's pardon record are now privately questioning how decisions are really made in this new White House. And for those still in legal jeopardy names we won't name just yet, but you know who they are, the message couldn't be clearer. If you crossed Trump before, don't expect any mercy now. Pardons aren't for the innocent, they're for the loyal. Meanwhile, 50 Cent has been on a victory lap so bold, it's starting to raise eyebrows even among his own fans. It's one thing to troll, but it's another to start sounding like a man who's gotten exactly what he wanted. His posts don't just mock, they flaunt. Captions about bad energy, finally getting what it deserves. Courtroom sketches with Trump's hand on his shoulder. Cryptic mentions of a plan years in the making. If he didn't pull the trigger, he sure wants everyone to believe he aimed the gun.
The question is he a criminal? Is he basically akin to a mob boss running several criminal enterprises? And while it's very clear to me he is a depraved, disgusting person, we have to prove that he violated the law.
The real question now isn't whether Diddy is guilty, that will be determined when he's sentenced in October and his appeal moves through the courts. The real question is whether the process that led him here was ever truly fair. Was the justice system truly serving its purpose, or was it simply manipulated? Did 50 Cent go from exposing the truth to waging a calculated, weaponized obsession? And is Trump still acting as president, or is he simply using the office to settle personal grudges, aided by behind-the-scenes whisper campaigns? We may never know the full story. The key players are staying silent. The White House has refused to comment. 50 Cent's team insists that the Netflix series is just entertainment, not a tool of manipulation. And Diddy's lawyers, despite their outrage, seem to be stumbling in the dark. But beyond the headlines and court filings, we're witnessing the slow-motion destruction of an empire. Bad Boy isn't just wounded, it's been gutted. Sponsors have fled, friends have disappeared, and the legacy once thought untouchable is now irreparably tarnished.
How many people came through his orbit? How many people could this have happened to? And how did he get away with it for so long?
Even as Diddy's reputation crumbles in the public eye, what remains hidden behind sealed evidence lockers may be even more explosive. During the high-profile FBI raids on his properties in Miami and LA, authorities reportedly seized a disturbing collection of items that some sources say could be deeply incriminating. Among the haul were over 1,000 bottles of lubricants and oils, labeled by investigators as freak-off supplies, alongside encrypted hard drives, handwritten journals, and old camcorders that appeared to be deliberately concealed behind false walls. Several insiders familiar with the federal investigation suggest these weren't just personal indulgences, they were assets, leverage files, carefully kept not only to relive sordid memories, but to control narratives and ensure silence. The contents of these devices remain tightly guarded, but rumors are already swirling within elite entertainment circles. A former employee who worked in Diddy's inner circle during the late 2010 second claims some of the footage allegedly captured A-listers in compromising situations, moments that could ruin careers, brands, and marriages if ever exposed. The same employee alleges there were coded catalogs documenting which tapes featured which guests, hinting at a decades-long operation not just fueled by excess, but by quiet intimidation. If this cache proves genuine, and if these files ever come to light, we're not just witnessing one man's fall from grace. We're talking about a potential industry-wide purge, a reckoning that could shift the balance of power in Hollywood and beyond.
Hollywood and beyond.
Well, the things that I experienced with him were monster-like. That stuff almost destroyed my life.
For now, federal officials remain tight-lipped, and no additional charges have been filed in relation to the materials seized. But the silence feels less like resolution and more like the calm before the storm. The pressure to reveal the findings is mounting, and there's growing suspicion that prosecutors are withholding information to protect powerful figures. The vaults inside Diddy's properties may contain more than just secrets, they could be ticking time bombs. If even a fraction of the rumors are true, this scandal could grow far larger, darker, and more deeply tangled than anyone is prepared to acknowledge. And yet, amid all the damage, there's an unsettling undercurrent of unease. Because if a global music empire can be dismantled by a rival's chess game, if a presidential pardon can be blocked by a few words from an old interview, and if documentaries can pass judgment before the courts do, then we're no longer playing by the same rules. We're in a new game now, one where truth is malleable, justice is personal, and power flows to whoever controls the narrative.
And then what's the stuff that's happening with Wendy Williams? You think this is all connection too? Of course.
Diddy's empire is crumbling, his fate seemingly sealed by both old and new enemies. But with rumors of blackmail, planted evidence, and secret files emerging, one question lingers. Is this truly justice, or is it the ultimate trap? And if 50 Cent can manipulate a president, who's really pulling the strings behind the scenes? We want to hear from you. Is 50 a mastermind, or has he gone too far this time? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Until then, stay sharp, stay curious, and don't blink, because the next twist is already in motion.